welcome to North Star Stamper. I am Susan Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the state of Minnesota. Although you wouldn't know it was Minnesota in the fall, it felt like summer today. We got to over 80 and it's going to be in the 80s all week. That's not fall weather. Anyway, enough about that. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Gonna wait just a minute for people. And there is Kathy from Southwest Missouri. Hello, how are you today? I was talking about how warm we were today. Were you warm there in Missouri? I didn't check anybody else's weather today, and I normally do. I think I was busy today. Oh gosh, wait till you see what I have for you today. I'm so excited. So if you want to shop with me, I'm at northstarstamper.stampinup.net. My personal website is northstarstamper.com. If you go to northstarstamper.stampinup.net, before you go to shop, click on the My Projects, which are my projects, not your projects. They should change the words on there, and I don't think I can change that on my website. I've been posting a lot of projects on there, and you can see what products I use to create those things, and I've been busy. So check that out when you have a minute. And then if you need to contact me, Susan@northstarstamper.com is how you can reach me. And hello, Christine. Kathy said you were only about 75 today. Oh my gosh, we were a lot warmer than you. And hello, Mom and Dad. Did I miss anybody else? Christine and Mom and Dad and Kathy. All right, I assume Ann will be here in just a minute. Somebody else is here. Say hello. We'd love to greet you. And if I miss your comment, I will try again. So tomorrow is the 10th, so that's the deadline registration for my class this month, and I'm using a little bit festive designer series paper. So all the colored elements are die cuts and they're pre-cut. These cards were so easy. So your class kit will include the designer series paper that has these die cuts, and then you'll see these patterned papers here with the red and white stripe and the blue check, and I guess that's all I show you right here. What was I going to say? And then all these elements, I'm including some colored cardstock for you. You will need adhesive and white cardstock. I am including the red and white twine, so that's really fun. But all these colored elements come in the designer series paper specialty. You can see there's a little bit of gold on that. I think this one needs another element. So those were cards, and I made some tags. And I'll show you a couple different ways to make tags without a tag punch. I know a couple of us do have tag punches. And then this I made today will be featured in tomorrow's newsletter. It's like a fun fold. So it could be a card. I could add a piece of cardstock here and just make it a card. This is a little pocket here, so you could insert a gift card or cash. I received one of these. It was a little different dimensions, but that's where I got the idea for this. And she had put chocolate in here in a white clear envelope that she adhered inside. So that was kind of fun. Thank you, Kim, for that idea. So lots of things, and all of this was done with the kit plus white cardstock. So let me know by tomorrow. You can go on my website. It's on my Facebook page. It's on my Sue Stampin' Chat group. It's everywhere. I try to be everywhere, just so you don't miss me. I can actually show you the inside of the catalog now. Last Monday it wasn't live. We can talk about items inside. So let me go back a little bit. I forget what page it's on. Here it is. So this is the this is what the class kit is based on. So you get paper and then all these die cuts. These would make cute with a picture inside. And then I'm offering an add-on of, I just saw them, that's what made me think of it. These two things would be great add-ons. These are tags. If you don't have a lot of punches and dies or whatever, these will be great for sentiments. And if you don't want to use sentiments, if you don't want to stamp them, these are pre-cut. So these are two things I'd recommend to go with your kit. These are similar items. Some of them might be the same. I think the teddy bear and the drums are in both packs. There's some things on here that aren't included in the kit. So lots of fun ideas. So enough about that. I did email those of you that already registered. I emailed you today. So if you did not get an email from me and you thought you registered for my class, please reach out to me. Again, Susan@northstarstamper.com. Okay, this is what we're talking about today. When I saw this, I was so excited. I haven't seen anything like this in a while. And the fact that it's a punch to go with a stamp set. And this is how big they are. It's kind of a small house, but I have some ideas on making it a 2-story or even a 3-story. We could make it into a high-rise. Probably use the bricks to make the high-rise. But I haven't gotten that far. I do have 2 things to show you, cards completed, and then we're going to talk about different things. So lots of fun elements. The punch, that is what it looks like, and I don't know if you can, that probably is an easier way for you to see it. And it's not very big. I thought I measured this at, across the span of the roof, it's almost 2 inches. And it is like almost 2 inches tall. So it's a little small, but it's really fun. I only made a few cards so far, but we'll get there. All right. And I haven't even used these ideas. I've just come up with my own. So page 46, if you want to see that. All right. I'll show you what I have, what I've done, and then I'll show you what I have, and we'll make a card together. This was the first one I made. That paper of the circle is our Making a Difference. So it's kind of a fundraiser. It's the Sentimental Christmas Designer Series paper. And I used a deckled circle to cut that out. Kathy did suggest I look at a few ideas to get my juices flowing for today. And a lot of them did have circles behind the house. I think the round of the circle and the straight edges of the house just complement each other really well. Hello, Anne. Thank you for joining us. And Alma's here too. Hello, hello. Did I miss anybody? I think that's everybody. I'll go back and look again later. But thank you for joining us. So, Humble Home. I did use a retired embossing folder on this. It's an old evergreen, and I don't even know what the name of it was. But Kathy says that the new embossing folder, I can look it up, is even better than this one. And I believe her. I haven't seen it yet. Embossing folders, Painted Trees, I believe, page 25. I'm looking that's up with you. Yep. So this embossing folder, there's only 3 evergreens on here. And here I have a whole forest. And it's the same idea, but I understand that this gives you a deeper embossed image. But when we have a product when we have a retired product that is very much like a current product, I will use the retired and tell you what we have that you could use instead. The circle came from the Stitch Shapes. So just something cute and sweet with that little peppermint candy there, and they will be available again next Monday or next week. Okay, and then here's the other card I made. And this one I used, I'm waiting for my video to catch up, on page 16 of this mini catalog. They have some sketches. They're on page 22 of the annual catalog, and here they have tags and cards on page 16. And I modeled this card after this one right here. So I changed the orientation. I still have the banner behind the circle, and I didn't, because I changed the orientation, I didn't really have room for this piece here, which I would assume they were thinking you to put a sentiment on. I just stamped my sentiment on the bottom, and that is a stamp within the stamp set. So I do have something to show you with this paper. So when I grabbed this paper, and this is from the Sentimental Christmas as well, I thought that was red. So I grabbed some red cardstock, and that doesn't look bad, right? I'll let you look at that for just a minute. My computer shows it looking pretty good. But then I read the package, and it says that red is Poppy Parade. Now I'll let you look at this for a minute. Let my actually my video on my computer makes it look more red than Poppy Parade. So let me do it this way for you. In real life, it does match the Poppy Parade perfectly. On my video, on my computer that I watch, because I do watch with you. It looks like it matches this better, so it's kind of deceiving. So I just want to point that out. And I did die cut a circle here, so I think that'll be a fun thing to use, and I'll probably make a card with that later. All right. My circle here is from the Spotlight on Nature. And I just stamped on crumb cake with real red, and then I used my dark real red blend just to add a little bit of extra color to make it look like a gingerbread house. Quick and easy, really fun. Okay, so those are the two I've made, and I'll show you what I started working on, and I have some ideas. I think I'm going to create a whole bunch of houses, and then I will complete the cards later. So let's talk about the one I have started, and then we'll talk about my other ideas after. So I stamped, so here are the images again, just so you can see. I stamped the brick on crumb cake with pecan pie ink to make my house. I stamped the roof with early espresso, again on crumb cake. And then I punched it out, and I'll do one for you in a minute. But the punch gives you the roof line, and then it thinks you have the rest of the house there. So it was just 2 easy snips for me to cut the inside of the house here. So I cut here and I cut here just to get the roof line. So I thought that would be kind of cute, like that. And then this little wreath here, I stamped, and I don't know an easy way to show this to you close up, and I don't want to drop it either. So I did stamp this in Memento ink, and then I only used my dark shaded spruce and my dark real red blends to color it. And the easiest thing I found was to use the narrow, the ballpoint tip, and go around the outside of the wreath, and by then it was almost done. Same with the bow. I just did the outline of the bow, and it was almost completely colored in. So it was a quick and easy way to get some color on your card. So again, those were stamped and punched, and then this one, there was no way I was going to fussy cut that wreath. So I had a retired 1/2-inch circle punch. You may have this in your stash as well. A small die would work, but I like punches because they're quick and easy. So again, that's a 1/2-inch punch. It is Stampin' Up, but it's long retired. The other thing about the door and the windows, and you're going to have to help me. Let's have you help me here, and then I'll share another tip I learned. So I have that stamped in green, shaded spruce. And then I have my windows. My Daffodil Delight ink pad needs to be replaced. It looks very brown. So I use Lemon Lolly to make it look like the lights were on in the windows. And then I'm going to put this wreath on top. I'm going to put it all, let's see if I can do this without dropping it. I'm going to put it all on a crumb cake card base. And then one of the cards I made probably the last week, did I use shaded spruce probably as a layer, and I punched these out of the middle of my layer. So that's going to go there. Again, that stamp is in the stamp set in this. And then I'm going to use a piece of this designer series paper. Let me grab that to tell you what it is. I believe it's the Iconic Celebrations designer series paper, a little 6x6 pack. This is not available. I believe it will be available next week as well. So with my pecan pie, I have to get my pies right here. I did that on the house, so I thought this color, this plaid, would be a great. I'm going to put a strip across there. So my question for you is, should I change the color of my door? I'm thinking it might need to be brown instead of green, although they say to do things in 3s. So if I do leave it green, I have the wreath, the door, and that. But anyway, let me know if you think I should change the color of my door. So while you're typing that in, or let me know what you think, I did see that somebody shared that we have punches that you could use to cut these. Now, this punch does include the little square for your window, so that's no issue. But I guess at one time we offered a 1/4-inch square punch. I don't remember ever seeing it, and I don't have it. Maybe you have it in your stash, but I thought that was kind of funny. We had an old retired 1/4-inch punch. It's easy. Anyway, so this punch does include that. But the door, I just use my snips and cut it out since there's just four straight lines. But this other demonstrator shared that we have an old tag. So it was about this shape, and then there was a little loop on the end that was the tag, and it was the perfect size and shape for this door. Again, it's not a punch I have, which is surprising because I buy almost every punch. So you might be able to get by with other punches that you have to punch those out. So what do we think? Green is good. Green. I love the green door. All right, we're going to leave it green then. So I just need to cut a piece of this. Again, it's pecan pie. We have 3 kinds of pies right now, don't we? We have the pumpkin pie, which is an old standard color, or orange. And peach pie is a new in color. And then pecan pie is a neutral. So kind of get hungry, right? This will be cute on the flap of the envelope. Let's put this card together, and then we'll just make some cards. So I cut this 4 1/4 inches wide by about 2 1/2, give or take. So what else do you think I should do to create my houses? I have some designer series paper here that I thought would be really cute to make the houses out of. We did have somebody from the home office share some ideas using this, and she used designer series paper, which is where I got the idea. So it's not my original idea. But she did both the roof and top part of the house as well as the base of the house, and then stamped the roof a different color, which is kind of where I got my idea for my brown roof here. So this is a heartfelt hexagon. And we'll just put that, we'll pop this up. I do have some dimensionals handy. Have you noticed this in the catalog? I noticed it immediately. The first thing I look for are new punches. I love how quick and easy they are. So we'll center that. And we'll pop this. Well, no, this one I'm going to put flat, and then I'm going to use, glue dots for the other pieces. Again, this is crumb cake stamped with pecan pie. So put it there. Doesn't that look funny with no roof? All right, here's my early espresso. Look how dark that is. Isn't that nice? And we'll take our glue dots. And I want to make sure that my glue dots aren't too big. So I rolled it with my thumb, and there's my glue dot rolled up. So this is going to give a little dimension to my roof. So there it again, it's rolled up. Put it along, I think it's along the eaves. Again, here's my glue dot, and I'm going to roll it onto my thumb just like that. That was just a piece of glue. I'll put that down near the chimney. And it was the same punch, so it's exactly the same size. Sorry, I had to hold it up to make sure. I looked at the corners and points to make sure they were lined up. All right, I think I can let's start with the door. I'm surprised you guys like the green door. I wasn't so sure about it. They say to do things in 3s, so I did have the green sentiment, the green door, and the green wreath. So there's the door. I have to make sure I put my glue dot on the non-stamped side of my window. I am back to using these rolls. I think I shared with you back when we got our new catalog, they increased the price of these glue dots. So I was making my own. I've started to make my own, and I will go back to that when I run out of glue dots. Actually, the other one needs to be put down. How's that? Close enough. All right. Then this little wreath, I'm hoping will fit. Yep, a mini dimensional. It's a little big for the door. So that's what it would look like on the door. So I'm going to put it above. I think in the catalog they show you above like that. There we go. Isn't that adorable? I think it is. I hope you like it. All right. So I have some more ideas for our houses. I'll just show you the pieces I'm going to use. And then when you see the card, you'll say, oh, that's what she was talking about. I have some circles here from the Spotlight on Nature. Again, like I said, I kind of like the circles behind the house, like these. But then I also have Something Fancy dies, and then I've cut tags. Excuse me, this is Very Vanilla and Real Red, so there's some tags. And I also have Very Vanilla and Early Espresso, again from the Something Fancy. I thought that'd be kind of cute with a house on them. So when you see my cards, I also have another big red one, Real Red. And then just a layer behind that says Stylish Shape. So when you see my cards, these are the pieces I'm going to use in the next few days. So watch my blog, where I'll I share all these cards. Okay. So what if we used some designer series paper to create our houses? I think this is going to be so fun. I've been waiting to do this. So I found a smaller print, and these 3 prints I will share with you are part of the Take a Bow designer series paper, and I think I shared this with you. Was it last week? My weeks are so mixed up. That plaid might be cute too. So that is one side, and there's the back side. And missing one, there's red stripes. So that's the Take a Bow designer series paper, which is, I'm going to use that small one for the print. And then this is the Iconic Celebrations again. I thought a green striped house would make, here, let's do this one first. So I'm going to line it up so it is straight. Actually, I could even just go on the bottom there. And I'm getting all these hearts, because when I punch the house, I get these little hearts. So I'm starting to collect them. Right now I have 2 crumb cake hearts, which I could color pink or red or whatever. And then you get these other pieces. And I am going to turn it over when I punch so things don't go flying. So there's our house. And what if we did, I have some Very Vanilla. I haven't been using that. I've been using so much white, and since we don't have Very Vanilla envelopes anymore, it's kind of funny. And then I have our roof. Let's do that. How about pecan pie? I think that might look nice with our, that's Mossy Meadow. I didn't think I told you that. So I'm inking up really well, and then on my glass mat, I should get a beautiful image, just like that. And then I'm going to line the roof up in my punch. Let me line it up and then I'll show you. So line it up just like that, and I'm going to turn it over to punch so things don't go flying off my table. And so that's what I punched out. And then I just use my snips. So what I did was I went straight in from the edge here, and I'm going to snip here. Oh, let's get rid of that. It was in my way. So I'm just going to snip. So it's not like fussy cutting. You're just making 2 snips. So there's one. I'm going to turn it around. And go like that to get our roof. That's probably why they made it included the stamp that doesn't actually have the punch, because that's all you need, right? All right, let's put some glue dots on here just to see what kind of effect we get. I'm excited. I haven't really done this. I've shown you everything I've made. So then there's my glue dot. So I thought this would be a great stamp set to use to make cards that a realtor could give her home buyers. I had a friend one time, and Lisa, I'm talking about you if you watch my videos, I don't know if you do. She bought an old house stamp set that we had, and she would make, I think she called them house anniversaries cards. So the anniversary of when they purchased a house through her, she would send them a card. That's cute. Add a door. Here, let me show you how easy the door is. Where did my door go? Oh, there it is. Let's use this scrap again. And we'll do brown. I don't know. I've got all kinds of colors here. We're going to do brown. Oh, no, there goes my house. I see it. So, there's that. Hold on. I need to get my house back. Luckily, it landed that side up so I could see it easily on my gray textured rug. Okay, punch. We're going to close this so I don't get ink everywhere. So I'm going to line up this window in my punch, just like that. I can turn it around. It'll be fine. And line up the other one. Oh, not lined up. Hold on. Line that up. And then, so there I punched out. Can you see? Let's see. Maybe this will work. So I punched the windows out. And then it's just 4 straight snips for the door. Let's go all the way. The right side of the door isn't quite straight. I don't know why they did that. It's a little wavy. And there's our door. So let's put these together with the glue dots. I'm going to start with the door. I should read you the stamps on here. It says thank you, and then for coming, Merry Christmas, for the sweet gift, so thank you for the sweet gift, welcome and home. So it'd be nice to make a card for somebody that buys a new house. You can make a welcome home card and, you know, give them some flowers and casserole and dessert. The housewarming. And then from our house to yours. You saw me use that one. And then there's actually a to froms. You can make tags. And I'm just, sorry, I think I'm off camera. So I'm just taking my little windows and putting them onto a glue dot, pushing it down and then lifting it off with my thumb, and then the glue dot is on the window. And then I'll place that on my house. And sorry, I need to see. This one's a little easier because the stripes on the house are making it easier to line it up. And then there we have a greenhouse. It has green siding. All right, let's keep going. I've got more DSP to use. Let's see what it looks like with this crazy print. So I'm just going to punch it out here. I thought this would be so sweet for a Christmas card. Oh, look at that. You can tell I'm excited. Wouldn't that be cute? Well, let's do 2 of them. So here I just need the house. So we're going to do one with red stripe, and then we're going to do the other side green. All right, and I believe these are real red and shaded spruce. No, it's real red and granny apple green and garden green. So I do have real red and garden green. I have such a mess on my table right now. It's kind of funny. All right, we're going to use some white. I'm going to need my roof. This time, I'm thinking I might want to leave the white part of the house, the top. That's not too bad. I would, so here's what my roof looks like in garden green. Because it's not completely smooth looking, I'll put it that way. My ink pad needs to be re-inked, in my opinion. So there's that. You know, while I have the stamp out, I'm going to do a real red one. I'm just using my hand to make sure it's dry. This should be good. This is a newer ink pad. Oh, look at that. Oh. No, it's not supposed to have that little piece. That chimney is supposed to be between my chimney and the roof line. I think I pushed too hard. Let me find another piece of white. And we'll stamp that green again. That's better. And you know how red ink will stain your photopolymer stamps? I've used red on this one a few times now, and because I clean it immediately, it isn't, you can tell it's a little colored. See, it's a little bit red, but not like they used to be. I think they've changed what they're using to make them. All right, let's get these houses put together. So again, I'm just going to line it up in my punch. Just like that. Let's do both of them while we're at it. I think this is going to be really fun. So you could make this house look like whoever you're giving it to, if they have a house with wherever they live, right? So here I have some white hearts. All right, so I'm thinking, tell me what you think. I'm going to cut this straight across. Oh, that isn't going to work because it's the other way. But you know what? I am just going to do a little surgery, do a little redecorating, and I'm going to cut the chimney off of this one. And then I'm going to have a red chimney. Oh, cute. Look at that. And this one. So this is what I've punched out. Let me get it lined up. So that's what I have punched out. And I'm going to cut straight across the top, under the eaves, I believe it's called. Straight across. That's not very straight. Let's try again. Look at that. Oh, how sweet. Wouldn't that be fun to have find a whole bunch of designer series paper with small print like this and make a whole bunch of houses? You could do a whole village. So watch my socials and see all the houses I create this week. I had so much fun last week with those trees. Oh my goodness. Those dies are amazing with all the detailed dies I had to add to my trees. Lots of options. So there is a white house. Oh, I put adhesive on my chimney and I cut it off. I'm glad that worked. I hadn't thought that I punched it the other direction, and so the house was going to be backwards. So I have one more idea, and I don't have paper handy, but I'll just tell you what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's not quite right. Hold on. See, with liquid glue, I think I can pull it up. Yeah, mostly. I'm sure you heard that rip. That's right. See, it's not quite lined up. I think I was in a hurry. But anyway, here's some more houses. My other idea is to use a wood grain with a very small grain in it. You know, you wouldn't want something really big because this is a tiny house. And to see if it looks like a log cabin. I forgot to grab some designer series paper to do that though. So here are my cards. I'm having so much fun, and I just started these today. So let me look through the comments. Thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. I need to clean up a little bit. So let me know what you think. Have you noticed this? It's a very fun, very, very fun. And I don't do select cute things very often. So thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. Well, I'm a little after 8, but that's okay. All right. Reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns, or if there's anything I can help you with. And I'll be back next week with more Christmas ideas. We're doing Christmas all month long. So take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Bye.